Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Tonight I have a very fun thing planned. I've been wanting to do this for weeks, but I never have all the same oracle cards with their books and everything in one place. It's going to be your Oracle Odyssey run. So you're going to choose your animal, and that's going to be the stacks we work with. Number 1 is going to be the Mouse Spirit. Tend to the small things. Number 2 is going to be Swan Spirit. Time for a deep dive. Number 3, Elephant Spirit. Learn from the past. Number 4 is going to be Brown Bear Spirit. Take time out. Oh, look at the artwork in that. Wow. Number 5 is going to be Turtle Spirit. Slow down. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow down. So I'm going to let you look at those for a moment and pick your choice. And then with each one of those, you're going to get a manifestation card, which is really fun. I'm going to read you your animal spirit from the book because I love that. We're going to pull each of you a mystical shaman art oracle card as well for that, and the fun fairy cards, because I had all the books night, everything all together, and I just want it to be like an oracle odyssey because they're so beautiful. The phrases are amazing, and I just wanted to make like a bonanza out of it. So we'll call this the new moon oracle energy for you. I really am excited about what's coming because with Jupiter and Sagittarius, I just feel like everything is expansive, fun, joyful. Like every little thing I've been doing with my family, everybody looks forward to everything. Just even go to the grocery store, we like dance to the music that came on. There was really good music in the store, and we're all dancing while we were looking at chicken ravioli versus combos for dinner. It's been really fun. Everybody's light and free and the energy is great. So okay, I hope you guys made your choice. Again, 1 is mouse, 2 is swan, 3 is elephant, 4 is brown bear, and 5 is turtle. So we're going to start. Numero uno. Let's see. Let's pull your affirmation card. It is love. Beautiful. Yay. Okay. Love is a many splendored thing. Today I will, I'm going to read it and then hold up. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent. On the surge of self-congratulation I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot in the first try, or how about the chills I get when I'm singing along to, and put the name in there. And I want you guys to comment below. What song do you sometimes have playing in your head over and over? What makes you really happy? Any Tom Petty song makes me psyched out of my gourd. Like I go crazy. Running Down a Dream has to be my all-time favorite. Whenever I hear that, it's like I could just go off the charts crazy. I love it so much. Anything Tom Petty. So let me know what song really gets you going in your love department. You little cute mouse, you. So let's see next what's going on the Shaman Oracle card for you. Okay, those are them. Again, I'm like, oh, I got everything on. Oh, I see. They're under here. So let's see what's going on with that. Let me give it a quick shuffle. So I hope all you guys are keeping well and having a good week. I'm psyched. Tomorrow's Friday. Actually, if we end up posting this, the next day will be Saturday. I love all of these so much. The Witness. So let's see what the Witness has to say in terms of that. Look at the artwork. It's crazy. It's number 64. Yeah, I sometimes just read these books to read these books because the more I'm challenging myself with this new brain study that's going on. I'm really trying some of this stuff because it says, if you read a book once that you learn something. If you read it twice, you learn something about yourself. And it's very true. Like, why do we absorb certain things at certain times, right? And then when we reread it, we absorb something else. But there's something going on here where 64. Aha. This is very odd. My page literally ends at 63, so I'm going to really have to do some... Oh, here we go. The Witness. The Witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then through our presence, they receive their own answers. Absolutely, right? Sometimes people, they don't necessarily want advice. They just want to voice what's a matter. And lots of times they are then able to work out what's going on within themselves for themselves. But if they ask our opinions, that's when we bring that forth. So let's see what's going on for you beautiful people in the fairy realm too. Yeah, I've noticed sometimes I'll just say something, a situation out loud, and that sort of sets the solution into motion because my brain's already trying to resolve issues, you know. Yeah, things can be resolved quickly and with clarity if we just let it, give it some room to breathe, and we voice it out loud, right? Honesty. Look at that. Look at his face. He would. I used to go and look at him in my book all the time. As I told you, I took this book with work for me. Almost a year straight at this place I worked, and I just loved his face. So let's see what honesty has to say for us. This is our new moon energy that we're trying to put into motion. Honesty is about compassion, tact. You look at him. Could you doubt for a moment that he sees you just as you are and loves you anyway? In plant form, which is how we may see him most often, honesty makes a lovely purple flower in spring, and later he produces those silvery white circular seed pods, like small images on the full moon. These little earth moon seed pods remind us to reflect upon our reactions and feelings, to throw light into our darknesses and deal honestly with ourselves and others. Honesty's other botanical names are moonwort, satinflower, silver dollar, moneywort, dollar plant, pennyflower, balbonic, and on Monday, the moon's day, he is Lunaria annua. Honesty is said to repel monsters. I don't have any monsters handy to check this out with, but I can certainly see the metaphorical truth in it. He is also known as the Anshu, the horse, because of his habit of unshoeing horses who tread upon him, a very fairy thing to do, and who can blame him? He is said to have collected 30 horseshoes from the horses of the Earl of Essex on the White Downs of Devonshire. Let that be a lesson to you not to tread upon honesty. Do not tread him underfoot. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. These fairy cards are so cool. So let's see what's going on in your... We got that. Looking good. All right, we got fairy, we got your spirit animal. Oh, we have to read to you about mouse. I didn't read to you mouse from the book. That was our others. I love the little language in this spirit animal oracle book. I find anything that has to do with Colette Baron Reed has such a magical touch to it, right? So let's see what the mouse spirit has to teach us today. Tend to the small things. The humble mouse pays attention to the smallest details, and Mouse Spirit calls on you to notice nuances and the fine print at this time. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, it is easy to forget the importance of clear communication and tending to little things, including people's subtle signs that they are unhappy, as well as a small voice inside you that said, this doesn't feel right. Take time to sniff out what you need to know, and if there's some detail or nuance about how you engage with others or operate in the world that is key to your success, but you're too readily dismissed as nothing big or nothing special, Mouse Spirit reminds you that what seems small may be more important and powerful than you think, so look again. Do not underestimate yourself or your potential for co-creating something amazing when you pay attention to small details. Absolutely. It's all in the details. It really, really is. So that's you guys. Look at you. Beautiful. The Witness, Mouse Spirit, Honesty. Look at his face. And Love. Very lucky. Very super good, high octane new moon energy for you guys. Bravis. I'm very excited. So if you guys are new, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and also press the little notification bell so you know when all the new videos are up. All my links are down below. So if you need private reads or anything that has to do with my jewelry or our oracle cards, Patreon, it's all down below. So now we're going to move on to Swan Spirit. We'll read that first. We'll see what's going on with Swan Spirit and see what message comes with that. I love swans, but good golly, are they mean when they want to be. If they have babies around, they will swallow you alive. They will peck holes in you and they will murder you till you're dead right on the side of the lake. I once... kids were little, we were feeding the swans up the road of bread, and I remember I don't even think there were babies, but Hagen got a little too close to one of them, and the sound was satanic. The hiss was utterly otherworldly satanic. I was like, ooh, these bitches are not playing. So Swan's message is time for a deep dive. With their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depths. When Swan Spirit arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available to you on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of and great treasures to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to better understand a situation or a relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too you will become to know others. So Swan Spirits ask you to go ahead beyond the surface of whatever is happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Absolutely. I love that. I never judge somebody on a first meet because all kinds of circumstances can be surrounding that, right? Let's see what your fairy card is. Somebody told me today, and I just heard it in my voice. They said, I love when you speak and read us little stories because you sound like Jeff Goldblum. I do have a very, my voice has a lot of inflection to it, and I have it go up and down. And sometimes when I'm excited about something, my voice goes very, very deep, and I guess it is rather Jeff Goldblumish. Solace is your fairy card. Ooh, let's see what the message is from Solace. I adore that. Look at that artwork. I love super bright yellows and reds in any kind of artwork. I find it just wakes me up. I'm wearing red today because if I know I have a few things to do and I want to stay really upbeat and just have energy, I look down at the red and it just keeps me going. I love it. And I love like deep reds, you know, like maroons, very I love jewel tones of anything, jewel tones of reds, purples, navy blues. So let's see what's going on with Solace. He's about knowledge, consciousness, synthesis, and spiritual empowerment. Solace stands midway between the realm of singers and that of manifest reality, the realms of fairy, this world and other realms and dimensions. The singers dwell in the cosmos without boundaries or differentiations. We and the fairies live in worlds where there are limitations to overcome and boundaries to identify and expand, which helps us grow. When we don't know what we need or to whom we should turn, Solace will help us if we ask. To an Oracle group member, Solace says, allow this surface noise to fade, and I am here waiting. Solace encourages us to stand on our own feet, to recognize and utilize our own wisdom, to depend on our own strength, and to acknowledge and work with our own good qualities, using them as stepping stones to improve the less good. Yet at the same time, Solace recognizes that we cannot do everything alone and helps us to make the connections and have the insights that will help us accept wisdom, energy, and assistance from other realms, especially the realms of the singers and the fairy. With faith in the human spirit, Solace sees us as arrows fired from the bow, choosing our own directions and soaring into undreamed heights, empowered by trust and creative life force. That is profoundly beautiful. Absolutely. Our life force and energy is so strong as it is. When we put a little bit of creativity and love behind it, forget it. It is endless. So let's see. Oh, isn't that, I like just needed that to sink in. I feel so peaceful right now. And then this card came up. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is a special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it and I can get my security deposit back. That is heavenly, isn't it? And this is my dream, to live in have a gypsy van or horse and have a lovely little gypsy wagon. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful, isn't it? So you can get your deposit back. I love that. Very, very true. So let's do your Mystical Shaman Oracle card. Swan group, and we will see what's going on with that. That's beautiful. Isn't Solace amazing? I mean, these are profound writers. They really know how to bring joy, bring depth, bring, you know, all those many layered experiences of life to the fore with their beautiful writing. So the Tree of Life, let's see what that's about. You guys had a very enriching group, you Swan group here for sure. So let's see what's going on with that. 58. Let's see what message Oracle wants to bring us, or new moon energy with this. This is fantastic. Okay, so The tree of life is a sacred symbol throughout the Americas. In deep roots, they reach into the lower world, the unconscious, where its branches reach to the heavens and source of destiny. To be whole in life's journey, it is important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots falls on the first wind, but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm. To find health and balance in your life, reflect on how you dance with your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings. If you are too much in your thinking head, or in a world of fantasies or daydreaming, connect more with your roots and physical body. If you are caught in machinational doings and you feel stuck, not able to imagine a better life for yourself, open yourself to be inspired by the heavens. Let your roots and branches be aligned with your heart's longings. Absolutely. Again, we're talking about that, the expansive state we're all in now, and to know that there is nothing that's not possible if we just open our door to it, right? Absolutely. So that's you guys. That is beautiful, Swan group. Lovely. Look at all those lovely messages and the peacefulness. Yeah, this is something I make a conscious decision every morning now when I wake up, as I sit and I wait for Hagen to get ready for school. It's just peacefulness. I watch some of the most beautiful stuff when I first wake up to raise my vibration. Then I try to give my brain some kind of food, this weird green drink I have, stuff like that, and just try to create a lovely atmosphere. And that's what's happening, you guys. You're realizing what's important and what brings you peace, and you're striving towards that. So that is beautiful, amazing, you guys. So again, if you're new, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and comment down below too. What gives you peace? What do you do that makes you have a sense of calm? You know what I mean? We all have our little rituals, and I'm very fascinated by that, what helps people to calm down. And all my links are below for private reads and Patreon and my Etsy store. Everything you'd want to know is in all the links down below. Okay, so that was you, Swan Spirit. Beautiful. Now, Elephant Spirit. This is my particular favorite animal on earth. I love them. And underneath it says, learn from the past. So let's see what the Spirit Animal Oracle Guide has to say for us elephant spirits. The Oracle's messages, although we often wish we could leave the past behind, Elephant Spirit reminds us that memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us traditions they have shaped to express our connection with each other and respect for the community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant Spirit appears with the message that we are to acknowledge that which came before us and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of events you've experienced, and the stories of our collective memory, and the stories of relationships you have had can be told in many ways. What story will you tell? Elephant Spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in a sense of power and dignity, for you have honored yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. That's so beautiful. Yeah, elephants are so majestic and absolutely wonderful. Let's see what our fairy oracle has to say now. Yeah, they're so peaceful to watch. Any nature program I can watch them on. I just like to watch them move and sway, and yeah, the way they return to their departed bones of their tribe, and they go back and they honor them, is so touching. So the Bright Mothers is your fairy card. Let's see what that's about. That's beautiful. With her bright bunlings. Let's see what's going on. 16. I have all the books in front of me, and I remember once, the first time I watched a reader, she's number 16, she had gotten a bunch of new cards, and she had several stacks of books in front of her, and she was reading one book it wasn't the right cards going with the right book, and I remember going, wow, this is very unusual. It was like one subject matter was completely different from what she was reading, and I thought, oh my gosh. But it's very possible to do if you have a whole bunch of books in front of you. So let's see what the Bright Mother has to teach us. Creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, and sheltering. She is the Bright Mother of us all and knows that all life is a miracle. The Bright Mother is constantly amazed at its perfection and imperfection. She rejoices in its beings, its sorrows, its growing pains. It exults in its successes. The great lady is both Earth Mother and full bright moon, pregnant with all the future of all growing things. She feeds us and provides us with air, water, and shelter in an amazing, complex world. She sees to it that we are challenged enough to grow, but not so much as to be overwhelmed. If we want more challenges than she provides, we have to give them to ourselves. The Bright Mother is the guardian of family life, and she creates and holds a nurturing environment for us all. She is the garden where vegetables and fruits and herbs grow. Thus she sees and holds the mysteries and ordinary processes of daily lives, the bees making honey, the cream turning to butter, the birth of the baby and its growth, the blossom turning to fruit, and the wheat ripening. This lady has a loving patience for natural processes, however slow. That's beautiful. I remember when my children were very, very young, and because I'm an impatient fire sign, and when they were trying to either eat one Cheerio and took 16 years to do it, when I wanted those little vitamins in their bodies, I would literally hold my breath and I'm like, why am I so impatient? You can actually read a book while they're eating their Cheerios. You know what I mean? It's when you're those things, you really slows time down when you have young children. It really shows you how to appreciate things and savor them, because sometimes life speeds up to a degree where we don't want it to go so fast anymore, right? We like it to slow down. So let's see what, now we're going to be choosing from the Mystical Shaman Oracle cards. And you have Earth. This is a lovely mix. This is really beautiful. It's all about, you know, savoring the beauty that's around us. Sometimes I'll just open one of these books and start to read it, and it lowers my blood pressure because they're very important messages. You know, our behaviors can be cold and repaired and modified any moment of any time during the day. We can learn to turn impatience to patience. We can learn to turn ingratitude into gratitude, right? Simply by just turning that dial and being self-aware. So let's see. The essence of Earth represents the gift of life. The symbol on this card refers to the body of the planet Earth, the human body, the nature herself. We're reminded by this symbol, and all its creatures are born on Earth, and human beings are the stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it, our health, our wealth, our security, our grounding, our solidity, and our stability. It reminds us of the world of form is a gift from spirit and needs to be treated with respect. When the Earth symbol appears, it represents a need to focus on reverence and appreciation for the natural gifts that are coming to you now and always. Very true, right? That's why gratitude has to be our number one go-to when we wake up in the morning, right? Gratitude just starts to grow and become a magnet for good things to us. When we tell the universe and the world we're thankful for its water, its people, its animals, we just get more of the same, right? And we start to respect the life that's out there, and we respect our life and our contribution to the planet. Absolutely, that's super beautiful. So let's see now what your fun little manifestatio is. I love this. Oh, look at this. No judgment. This is something I pride myself on. I'm very happy. I don't know when I came to this awareness, but I've never been keen on judging other people. I love, and even in school, I had glamour puss friends, I had jock friends, I had artists, I had introverts, I had friends, stoners, friends from everywhere, because I loved the fact that they were different, right? So no judgment is I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office. I'm trying to get this into focus. And tell it to take a vacation. And as it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? You ever work with that person or have a family member that is so quick to judge somebody? But why is their opinion so important on somebody? I never listen to anybody. Every once in a while, once in a blue moon, I'll get a detractor that will come on my comments thing and say, how can you always be so happy? That can't be a clear reading. And I let them know right away. That is exactly the messages I receive. That's how I decipher it. Some readers may come from a place of fear or disappointment, but I don't operate that way, so the messages don't come through that way. My guides are vibrant, happy, helpful people. You know what I mean? But some people they just act crazy. There's another great reader, and I love her, and she said people went on there and got mad at her because she smiles so much. You know what I mean? So who are people, when the people decide they need to be judge and jury of somebody else's, all they really need to do is shut the hell up and leave. Really, as soon as somebody starts some judgmenty stuff around me, I just call them out on it, because who are they? Who are they? You know what I mean? Keep it to yourself. You may have an idea of how somebody else should behave, act, talk, speak, or look, but it's not your place, right? No judgy judgments, right? The elephant doesn't judge. Nope. Her shiny hiney doesn't judge. I love that she has like a little leaf there. Yeah, we need to live and let live. Give people the breadth and width to be who they are so they can expand and learn and grow. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's entitled to make mistakes. And they're entitled to seek joy, love, and acceptance as well, right? So that's you guys. Amazing. I'm very, very excited for you. I want to make sure you got all your cards. Yeah, you got your 4 cards. Beautiful. I'm very excited for all of us. Yeah, the future is just looking amazing. It really is. So that's you guys. Look how beautiful that is. So if you guys are new, and even if you're not, don't forget to press like and press subscribe if you're new, and the little notification bell so you'll know when all the new videos are up. And all my links are right down below. If you just press a little gray arrow, everything is down there for all my personal read information, everything like that. Patreon. Thank you again for everybody for supporting this channel and helping me. I couldn't do it without you, and Ian couldn't keep up in his game with his cool lighting and audio stuff as well. So that's you guys. Look at the beauty of this. Wow. Look at that. I love when they paint the Indians for the when they paint the elephants for the festivals in India. I just love it. It's so beautiful. They're amazing. They're the most majestic, right? Bears are as well. Okay, so brown bear, this is you guys. Let's see what Oracle has for you in terms of brown bear. My aunt told me one time, she lived in Maine, and I definitely believe this because there's no reason she'd ever make it up. She was breastfeeding my cousin Jenny, and a big, huge bear came up to her, and I was like, were we there? Because we always go on Blueberry Mountain with her to pick blueberries. And she's like, yeah, the bear came up, and we were like, well, what did you do? Because we were all off picking blueberries. She said, I just started to cry really, really loud because it scared me. I go, well, what did it do? And she goes, it just ran away. I was like, that's amazing, because I do believe that every animal has a spirit, and they don't like to be harmful if it can be avoided. You know what I mean? Could you imagine if you were a bear and you came up to like a mom breastfeeding? You're like, what are you going to do? Give me some of them blueberries. I got to go shopping. I'm like, that's amazing. I don't think I would be afraid. I would be in awe. I would be in utter awe, like my mouth would just drop and I would be glued to the spot. A shark would be a different story. I would be kung fu fighting big time, but a bear, I would just be staring at it. I'd probably start talking to it. So let's see what the spirit has to say. Take time out. There is a time to act and a time to focus your attention on patient strategizing. The arrival of brown bear spirit signals that you are best served by foregoing hard work towards your goals at this moment, and instead taking the time out to meditate or just take a nap so you can refresh yourself and begin planning what you want and what you want to co-create next. Come to know if the lay of the land is as you contemplated and imagined it, what you might do in this vast space of possibility before you, and begin forming a plan. Remember, sleep allows for daydreaming and rest allows for clear-headed strategizing. How might you become the person you wish to be and experience whatever your heart desires? Insights will arise as you explore the possibilities and begin envisioning your plan. Knowing what you will want will ensure your use of energy wisely in the days ahead. Be patient at this time. Relax and be calm and be peaceful so you can recharge. The call for action will come later. That's very beautiful. That's just letting you know, right? We don't always have to be a full throttle. Part of our life is to sit back, observe, and have peaceful moments as well, right? And your fairy is, let me see, the singer of courage. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, let me see. Number 8. Beautiful. I love this. Was something that captivated me when I first opened this book. Was I love just the light beings, the sprites, and the the light fairies. I just love that. Oh, they're so beautiful. Wow, I really love that read on the brown bear. That's really beautiful. Yeah, anything that just gives us permission to relax, be ourselves, and stop always doing. You know what I mean? We're not put on this earth to like run ourselves into the ground. We're put here to have beautiful life experiences for sure. So the singer of courage, let's see what she has to say. Bravery, sublimation of fear, and moral strength. Someone once said that courage is not the absence of fear, but that which is enables us to experience fear and not be stopped by it. It's also what enables us to do what we believe to be right, even when there is pressure from others around us to do otherwise. It is what enables us to go ahead into the unknown or the perilous, where there are no guarantees for safety or security. In our lives, we are often even constantly confronted with a new world, a new way of being in the world, a new way of seeing and being seen. Ordinary living takes courage, and to rise above the ordinary into the extraordinary takes even more courage. One of the keys to courage is to consider the fear and find a way of letting the energy of the fear itself power the action. That is true courage. Often people think courage is being part of a high heroism. It is, but it also has its quiet hidden side as well. And that may require greater courage because we cannot expect the rewards or praise or approval for it. For example, no courage is needed to be unhappy and self-pitying. We do not need to be self-disciplined or wise for that. However, to open our hearts, to take risks and of vulnerability and joy, to trust requires all of those things, especially courage. That's beautiful. It really is. So many people can fall into self-pity and just wallow and wallow. That's a complete selfish aspect, and it pushes others away, and that magnifies self-pity because you're then alone in it, because you're not being aware of who's around you and how you affect them, right? So that is beautiful. I love that. And I've always loved courageous historical figures. I always love the Roosevelts, and the more I read about, you know, some of them being completely bipolar, but some of the high insane achievements that happened during that, and like Eleanor Roosevelt, bless her, when she was married to FDR, and he was like, oh, was FDR is his, anyway, I studied all the Roosevelts, but the one that came, I believe it was before Theodore, was FDR, and he was a man of some crazy strength and magnitude. However, he was completely bipolar and would run himself into the ground because he was so charged up to get things done and do things, and he was so lovely. But yeah, he was fearless. He was absolutely fearless. I mean, that man would do anything. When you see back what he did in the in terms of perseverance and just keep going, and when the economy was crashing, if you can ever read or watch a documentary on anyone, watch one on Franklin Delano Roosevelt, because I was blown away. And I've read a lot of books, and this just, from the second it started, this documentary, I never took my face off it. It was so amazing. So then here is your beautiful Affirminator card. It is about sanctuary. I'm going to read it from over here. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It's funny, this group definitely needs a rest, and to realize to cherish yourself and take it easy, because this one's saying the same thing. It could be as small as a bubble bath, or as big as a trip, or maybe a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath, or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. And the brown bear spirit was saying the same thing too. You know, it's a little time for rest and reflection, and to take it easy. We're not made to run ourselves into the ground and go absolutely hog wild, right? We need to take it easy. We need to just relax and be. That's it. And let's see. And then your other card, beautiful, is the Time Master. Look at that artwork. It's so profound. It's so beautiful. Let's see what the Oracle has to say about that. 57. Again, Time Master. I'm so fascinated with time. The more I read up on it, and the more I find, you know, how it's so linear. And one second. Thanks for waiting. I sat down the wrong way. I had to not choke. Let's see what's going on. 57. Excuse me. I try to aim that away from the microphone because I feel it would be rather loud. Yeah, again, on learning about time, I'm so fascinated by it, because some days, doesn't it seem like we just have all the time in the world? And that's my new manifesto. I say that out loud. The second I start to go a little too quickly, I say I have all the time in the world. I am the keeper of my own time. I am I am the person that dispenses my own time, and I let myself know that I don't rush for any person, place, or thing, because that's the one thing that will get me out of my pleasant mode if I feel rushed. I hate that feeling. I don't think anybody likes that. So the essence of the time masters, time is a construct of the human mind through which life events seem to flow in a straight line from past to future. This, however, is an illusion. Time moves in patterns, fractals, sometimes turning like a wheel and other times moving straight as an arrow. Humans see time like a ticking clock, and this image reminds us that there is only so much of it to spend in a life, like a kind of currency. At any given moment, you can see in time all its infinite potential, at once vast and all-encompassing, then shrunken and finite. It all depends on perspective. The invitation is, when the time master visits you, he asks the most important question. Will you break free from this limited cause and effect thinking by moving beyond linear illusion and welcoming the cyclical quality of time? You find yourself in a moment when the wheel of time turns and you're able to influence the past, thus changing the present and future simultaneously. This is the true test of Time Master. You're being invited to take back your power, so let go of the past and choose to step into your life. In this moment, you are all powerful. You are the Time Master. Anything is possible now. 100%. I love that. That's a beautiful outlook. That really, time is elastic. We make of it whatever we want. Once we tell ourselves we have plenty of time, there is time enough for everything, it simply becomes that way. It's very, very true, and it's very, very unique. On days where I just breathe easy and I do one thing at a time and I focus on it, I can accomplish it a lot. If I start to rush or multitask like a ridiculous thing, time disappears, because it is all from our perspective. And your other messages with Brown Bear is definitely about that as well. So that's you guys, amazing and beautiful. Look at the artwork on that as well. So if you're new, don't forget to press subscribe, and all you other guys, like, and please comment. Comment on how are you when it comes to time? Do you feel pressure, or are you relaxed about it? I am curious, because I have days where I'm a maniac and I swear I'll never get anything done, but then I immediately squelch that talk, because guess what? That's the law of attraction. When I tell myself there's not enough time, there simply isn't. When I say I have all the time in the world, guess what? There's all the time in the world. Absolutely. So that's you guys, amazing. And then you can also hit the notification bell, so all the new videos will pop up on your screen when they come up. And all my links are down below for private reads, Patreon, and everything else. So let's get to the turtle spirit. Yay! Let's see what's going on there. I love turtles. We have an aquarium up the road, and they have the gigantic turtles that just float. And I spend the most amount of time in the whole aquarium just then. And my kids used to get mesmerized by them. I would just put their stroller in front of them. They'd fall asleep. They'd watch the turtles till they fell asleep. India especially loved giant turtles. So Turtle Spirit says, slow and steady wins the race. The oracle message is, Turtle Spirit arrives to remind you that when you do what you need to do, putting one foot in front of the other. I looked up at this screen, I lost where I was. Oh, and trusting that you will see your intentions manifest in perfect timing, your prosperity and love will grow exponentially. Now is not the time to rush around trying to force matters. Move slowly, perhaps even so slowly that it almost feels as if you're not moving at all. This may be time to crawl before walking, taking your time to align to Turtle Spirit's to the Turtle Spirit's place as you contemplate this road you are on, doing what you need to do in this small moment that will soon pass. Turtle Spirit reminds you that sometimes the best action is to slow right down so it feels as if you're not doing enough. Know that simply being aware of what is happening right now may be an important step towards determining whether you need to pivot or simply keep putting one foot in front of the other. True love and true success comes with patience, says Turtle Spirit. Focus on the now, and the next step will be clear. Absolutely. When we have singular focus in what we're doing and we're present, everything else falls into place beautifully, 100%. So let's see what fairy card is out there for you guys. Indy. Look at that, Indy. That's really cool. 63. Let's see what's going on with that. Such beautiful messages, and this is helping me a great deal as well. I love you guys so much with all your beautiful comments and everything. So when you ask for certain things, I'm delighted to give it to you, but then it actually helps me as well, because I needed to slow down and really read and ingest some of this information for myself as well as a reminder, because I can be very task orientated and go, go, go. And sometimes I'll go up till midnight. And this, I feel like I'm having bedtime story with you guys. I love it. It's the best. Like I'm just telling you bedtime stories and myself bedtime stories. It's perfect. So Indy is about indecision, wishy-washing, commitment, and decision-making. If you don't get him on the wish, you might catch him on the wash, but probably not, because the time you think you've got a commitment from him, he swung the other way again. Poor Indy, he can't decide between this and that, or is it that and this? If he just had more information, if he just had some kind of guarantee about the outcome, if he could only be certain about things. Well, he can't. That isn't how life is. Indy sits on our shoulder as we wobble around trying to make decisions. And just when we think we've about got it, he mutters, "But what if?" And very likely we dissolve into confusion again. Decisions make him nervous because they involve commitment, and Indy seems to be frightened of that. What if he makes a wrong decision? What if he ruins his or someone's life? What if he makes no decision, dithering forever, and that causes ruin? I feel for Indy, because I'm a Libra. He is the only one in the fairy challengers who doesn't know what we should do and be doing. That is, he knows we should be making our decisions clearly and cleanly at the appropriate time, but he has some ideas about how he might go about that, but he's not himself and a good decision maker, and sometimes he whispers almost tearfully, "You're going to drive me mad, if you don't just make up your mind." Absolutely. And in fact, some of my kids used to, Indy herself, when I read this, I burst out laughing because Indy has a fear of missing out. When we go to restaurants, she's in utter fear of choosing something off the menu for fear of missing something better. And I don't have that problem. I never have fear of missing out. I make a quick decision. I'm happy with it, and I decide there'll be other times for other decisions. I'm lucky in that, but quite a few people overwhelm themselves. I'm also careful not to give other people too many decisions to make or choices because it can overwhelm them. And having worked in catering in the food industry, I would use the power of suggestion, and then I would simply make the choice for them without them even knowing it, because people don't want to have to make decisions all day. You know what I mean? And that's what that's about. So if you can ever be helpful in that regard to somebody else and help them make a decision, do it for them. It'll really help them stay chill. Okay, and here's your manifestation card. Beautiful abundance. And it is a mass abundance time. Believe it. So I'm going to read this for you. Congratulations. It seems you're due for an infinitely big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your face. Abundance pie is big enough to serve everyone. So get your whipped cream ready, unless you're lactose intolerant, and enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. Shut your face. Shut your like, that's hilarious. Yeah, I believe that always good things are coming to me all the time, and I always get these nice constant surprises because I know I'm a good person. I know that I research the hell out of things to help people, and that I will burn that last wick candle down to learn that fact so I can deliver to somebody to let them help them. And because I know my intentions are all good and I know I'm deserving, that when I get something shiny, happy, or new thing in the mail, I'm super stoked and I know I deserve it. I work hard for it. You know what I mean? You feel the same in every way, shape, or form. You're a good friend, you're a good parent, you're a good daughter, you're a good son, you're a good sister, you're a good person. Know that this is coming. Know you deserve it. Absolutely. So let's see also what's going on in terms of, ooh, we got your last oracle card. I'm very excited. The mystical shaman. Yes. 38. So let's see what's going on with that. I opened up right to the page. It's a miracle, but also, this is weird. Oh, I see. Very cool. So the essence is, this is a symbol of the myth maker and the storyteller, who is neither made nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In so doing, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between the worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders. He sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or become too attached to the experience. This is the symbol of true alchemy, for the elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. Absolutely beautiful. And look at that right next to abundance for you. Wow, you guys, amazing. These are like the best bedtime stories. I want to read these every night. I go through these books and I just feel so comforted and so in balance after these, because these messages are perfectly placed at the right time. I definitely believe that. Again, what are we really seeking? Are we seeking all the jewelry in the world, all the handbags in the world? I don't think so. We're seeking to connect with others and show our love for them, right? And how we can assist them. We're all a unit. We're all connected. And we're going to help other people make their decisions so they're not overwhelmed. We're going to help other people slow down so they're not overwhelmed. We're going to share the fact that we know that there is enough sunshine, money, love, everything for everybody, right? And we're going to know that there's a higher purpose for us all, and we're all reaching it beautifully. So that's you guys. Amazing. I'm super excited for all of us. Let me know what you think of this down in the comments if you like these little oracle reads, because I'd like to do these maybe once a week. I find them very beautiful, and I have so many decks, so we want to all be uplifted and get some good tidbits of information, right? So let me know in the comments. And if you're new, don't forget to press like and subscribe. Press it, and then press that notification button bell too, so all the notifications will come up. And all my links are below if you need any assistance with private reads or any of the Patreon or jewelry store information, whatever you need. Again, remember, just ease into your life. Just let it happen. The flow is beautiful right now. The energy is fantastic. So let it just happen. Relish it. Number one thing, we are grateful. We remember to thank the universe, our family, our friends, our guides for protecting us, helping us, and informing us, right? So that's you guys. Have a great night.